Friends, I'm Nadine Brandis, the author of FAWKES, ROMANOV, and the Out of Time series, and today I wanted to bring you my spooky October TBR. So I don't read a ton of really creepy books. I don't read horror. My imagination, it's just puny. It can't handle that. I am a wimp. I also don't watch horror movies. I just don't do horror really in any capacity. I do spooky. I feel like spooky is kind of like horror's younger sibling. It's not quite as bad. It's actually a bit more fun, a little more lighthearted. It's October, so everyone is bringing out their scary books to read, and I have a lot on my shelf that look darker. They look like they might be kind of creepy. So it's probably time that I actually get to those books and read them. I just thought that I would share them with you today in case you are looking for a spooky / creepy read for October. These are the books that I have on my list. Now, you should know I'm really inconsistent with my TBRs. I have no idea how many of these books I'll actually read. I know that I'm not going to read them all because it's more books than I usually read in a month. But let's just be optimistic. Maybe this will be the month that Nadine will become a different person and she can read a lot faster. Let's get started. The first books on my TBR, it's actually the rest of a series, are Gemina and Obsidio by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. So these are the final two books in the ILLUMINAE trilogy. I've read ILLUMINAE several times, but I do want to reread Gemina just for some refreshers. These I would definitely call creepy. They're more than spooky. ILLUMINAE is not quite horror, but it's definitely like the max of what I can handle. And then Gemina is the sequel, and it's fantastic. And then I've had Obsidio since it came out, and I haven't read it yet, and I loved books 1 and 2. Why haven't I read book 3? Why? Why do we do this? Why do we not read the things that we know that we're gonna love? What is this bookworm problem? In short, these are basically like zombies on spaceships, but better. At least that's ILLUMINAE. Gemina, it's like really cool sciencey things and wormholes in space, because where else would wormholes be? I don't actually know anything about Obsidio because I have not even read the blurb. I don't want to ruin anything for myself. These books look gigantic, but that's actually deceiving because they're really, really cool on the inside. There's lots of art, so you actually fly through them pretty quickly. So hopefully these will go fast. Next up on my TBR is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. So I have not read the blurb for this one. You're probably gonna notice I haven't read the blurb for a lot of the books on my TBR. When I read blurbs, they put expectations in my head, and then I start assuming what the book is about, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the book is never what I assume, which is probably good. Ace of Shades came in my owl crate a few months ago. I feel like it came in my owl crate a long time ago. It's kind of like dark fantasy, Las Vegas-y maybe? Or maybe that's just an assumption. Is that because I read something, or is it because I made it up? Now I don't know. A little bit of what it does say on the back is take a card and stake your soul. Survival is your only goal. Surrender to the vice within. Bet your life. Hope you win. So everyone said really, really good things about this book, and it sounds kind of creepy, kind of spooky, so I'm looking forward to getting to that and finally reading another book from my owl crate TBR. Okay, the next two books on my October spooky, creepy TBR are books that the world loves, and I should have read a long time ago. There is Shame. The first book is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am ashamed. I know. Everyone says it's amazing, and there's no excuse, you guys. I should have read this already. I actually did start it a long time ago, and what I read of it, I really, really liked. But I had to stop because I had deadlines coming up, so I just picked it up at the wrong time where I didn't have the time to read. So I already know that this book hooked me, and 6 of Crows is finally going to get knocked out this October. At least I hope so. The next book that I should be very ashamed of is also another owl crate book, and that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I've kind of been putting it off because I know that it's about fairies and the fairy realm. I'm not a fairy person. It's never really been my favorite corner of fantasy, but everyone is raving about this, and Holly Black is a genius, so I can't wait to jump into The Cruel Prince finally and read it. Next up on my TBR is actually an ARC. The book technically released yesterday, but that is Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. I haven't read the back very thoroughly, again, because I want to be surprised, but I know that it is about a changeling. Either she's at risk of staying a human permanently, or she's at risk of staying an animal permanently, and she's trying to avoid letting that happen. So I'm looking forward to reading this. A lot of people have said that it's good, and it's thin, so I think I'll get through it pretty quickly. And lastly is a book that just demands to be read in October, and that is Harry Potter. I haven't read through the entire Harry Potter series in over 6 years, possibly even 7. The last time I read through them all was reading them aloud to my husband, and then of course getting him hooked on the fandom. Woohoo, go me. So I've just been missing this world a lot, and I wanted to try and get them in before my baby comes because it's just very nostalgic, and even though this isn't a creepy spooky read, it just seems like the perfect October through December read, and it's about time that I reread the Harry Potter series. So those are my spooky read choices for October. I will link all of these books down below if you wanted to check them out on Goodreads or Amazon and read the full blurbs of them for yourself. I've just given you tiny little snippets of each one, kind of some of them. I'm sorry, I probably wasn't very helpful. Let me know what's on your October TBR, and let me know, do you like spooky, creepy, horror books? Where do you fall on that level? Can you handle all of the really dark horror and thriller type books? Or are you more like me and you try to keep it a little bit lighter? If you would like to keep up on my videos where I talk writing and publishing and all of the bookish things, please click subscribe or the little bell icon that gives you an email alert every time I post a new video. So with that, tally-ho!